Hello ladies and gentlemen, SaulApeMan here and welcome into this replay cast, and this is going to be probably one of my last videos for now about the creeping trick, because we are on TideHunters again and we are going to witness the creeping trick, the bugging the turtle creep again, but this time yeah, I'm not doing this. This time I'm not presenting how to do it. This time a more creative, faster clicking player is going to do it. And his name is Cas. And he's playing as Emily Hudson Cas with C at the start. And he's playing versus good player over 2100, sometimes 2200 MMR undead, named Cement from Russia. And Mr. Cas is playing as a random player, and he got Night Elf. And of course, TideHunters in the creeping is the creeping creeping trick heaven. On this map you can do so much, and trust me, ladies and gentlemen, on this map Mr. Cas can shine. And to keep you interested about this video, he's going to creep 4 camps at the same time, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I repeat, 4 powerful camps at the same time. And also he's going to play the Tavern Hero, and it's going to be a crazy Tavern Hero. So when I saw this game, I immediately thought about putting it on YouTube, because this is a pretty crazy game to see. And of course, if you scout well, you can, stop the creeping trick, but it's not that easy if you are not expecting it. And even if you are expecting it, look at Mr. Cas. He's not going to pull the turtle like when he basically is spawned. He's going to pull the turtle close to his opponent base. Of course, betting on that his opponent is not going to stop the creeping process. And yes, he's already starting. He's not even pulling with the Moonwell, he's pulling with the shop, because it's a little bit cheaper. So as you remember, turtle needs to go into this final position when the middle of the shop was, and this archer is basically going to start working on it, and it's going to work as a passive income. And what about the hero choice? It's Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger versus Undead. I was thinking, oh, maybe he will play a Dark Arrow or something like that. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the Life Drain. Look at this. The Life Drain abilities. Basically, Dark Ranger is on full HP. And is it going to be Life Drain again? Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking about the turtle trick, look at this. One archer is working on the turtle on the top, another archer is already working on the turtle on the bottom, and Mr. Cas got the item and is checking out what is going on, and he immediately sees that his opponent is playing Fire Lord, which is also a non-standard, especially versus random. So going to be an interesting game. And look, Ghoul is in trouble, but it's being able to be micro away. But yes, the Wisp is here, and Cas even stole the item, and the Soulburn ability. Soulburn ability from the Fire Lord stopped the Wisp detonation, and would be quite deadly, and Mr. Cas was able to life drain one of the ghouls. Archer number 1 is creeping. Archer number 2 is creeping. And look at this. Why Archer number 3 is going to the top with the Wisp? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, because on TideHunters you can really pull almost everything. And look at this, Mr. Cas. He sold the ring because he needs some inventory space. And I wasn't even joking about clipping 4 camps at the same time, because look at this. Look at this. The huge granite golem is bugged. Just like that. And even Mr. Cement even saw the Wisp here. He thought it was a scouting Wisp. And look, Dark Ranger is creeping here. The archer is finishing the turtle. Another archer turtle is also here. And this granite golem. This is madness. This is Warcraft 3 after 20 years after release. TideHunters map. The creeping bug, basically heaven. And ladies and gentlemen, the Dark Ranger just got the worst item possible, Scroll of the Beast. And is Mr. Cas crazy enough to expand here? Yes, he is, because why not? His opponent made an expansion, and Mr. Cas is going to make an expansion as well. Turtle number 2 is almost done. The Granite Golem will take some time to creep. And it's also a Dark Arrow, and actually attacking with the Arc Arrow at the end is kinda cool, because you can still attack once and make the skeleton, and this is going to be an expansion. Turtle number 2 went down, the item will be left for later, and we have Dark Ranger with level 3. Ready to start laming, ready to start harassing the Wisp. Detected Mr. Cement army, and Mr. Cement has no idea what is going on. How good is Undead Micro, how good he will basically defend. It's not that easy versus Dark Arrow and Skeletons, because the Dark Minion has a lot of normal damage, and he's already working on the Acolytes. Mr. Cement is here, inside of the Night Elf base. The only thing missing, Mr. Cas, if you are going to watch this video somehow, is a early shredder that you can buy remotely by positioning your Wisp on a specific location, because you can buy the shredder even without pulling the camp, just with having Wisp on a specific location. And as we can see, Mr. Cas is basically spending a lot of resources on repairing, but this is not that bad because he's committing into killing the Haunted Goldmine. But does he have enough time? We'll see about that, because he can't lose his main, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, the repair is coming back. The ghoul dies, but our acolytes are repairing. And the main of Mr. Cas is in trouble. It's a hard decision to make. Is he going to TP? Is he going to trade bases? We'll see about that. And the Golem got red HP, but it's not a problem. One archer is enough. I thought that you need to put double archer, but this is not true. You need to put only one archer. This is fine. Speaking about archers, archers are all low HP, and Mr. Cas had to TP defensively. But Moon Juice is full in one Moonwell, so basically it's enough for Mr. Cas to defend. The expansion is up. How are we looking with the Wisp department? 6 Wisp only, so Mr. Cas, where is your shredder? So yes, that's a small thing, but let's appreciate how Mr. Cas was able basically to creep all of these quite easily. He thought for the moment that Undead is coming back, but no, Undead is not coming back just yet, and now Mr. Cas is going to collect his free loot. And what kind of item is going to be? Medallion of Courage. Of course, Dark Ranger is the agility hero, so it's not that important, but that's okay. Of course, Staff of Teleportation is present. Is Warden going to TP back? Warden, Dark Ranger. Is Dark Ranger going to TP back? Yes, Dark Ranger is teleporting. And of course, the life drain ability is quite slow, quite fast. The opposite of being slow, especially on level 2, because I think he went, yeah, on level 2. And yes, he's not mining. He's not mining. Mr. Cas forgot. I hope he's not trolling Cement that hard that he forgot to produce Wisps. Oh yes, he's now doing it. Are we going to see a Shredder? He's pulling the camp. Okay. Pulling the camp makes sense, because it will bug the Golem, so another camp was bugged. And Shredder! Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, as a thank you for Mr. Cas doing it, I will record a clip for him of me doing a Shredder bite during the night. So maybe he will he will use it in the next game, especially because the Shredder is almost dead. Not like this. Or maybe he knows about this and he just doesn't know, but it hurts my eyes, okay? That's it. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Cas is stabilizing. He has his expansion. His Dark Ranger is on high level. There is a lot of items, of course, especially the red item helps a lot. There is an archer here, scouting, I don't know what happened, and he got level 5, and of course we have a preview. His opponent is not level 5, so this creeping was amazing. Just level 4.5, something like that. And can Mr. Cas save this expansion? Of course, expanding is a weird location like that, has his own issues. Because it's harder to defend. Soulburn on Dark Ranger is not that good. What do you do versus ghouls? I think you go for Dryads and then transition into Bears. We'll see about Mr. Cas unit choice. He has a lot of lumber, so he can go tier 3. He can go Nurture Blessing. We'll see about that.
Our warriors have engaged the
And the laming continues, and look at Greater Dark Minion. This is a beefy skeleton. How often do you see skeletons that big? So yes, ghouls have to be evacuated. Why? Okay. Is Cas attacking his own skeleton? I have no idea. Okay, and Dark Arrow spawned another big skeleton, and Mr. Cement is not mining now with the full, you know, with the full capacity, and this is quite funny. Those huge skeletons are connecting, and every unit killed equals more skeletons. And we have a counter Dark Ranger, but with silence. That's interesting. Maybe the silence idea is to just stop the life drain, because it's a channeling spell. Mr. Cas is still staying on tier 2, which I a little bit don't understand, because he has 500 wood. He's still producing wisps. I think he has enough wisps. But he's doing, of course, overall quite well, quite good. And this is an alchemist level 2 with this acid bomb ability, maybe versus ghouls. He wants that, because versus heroes, I don't think it's that great. And quite unfortunate position of the lords, because they can be cancelled quite easily. Let's see the item management. So Mr. Alchemist, the hero, he is the strength hero, if I remember correctly. So yes, he has +8, plus 11 damage now, because 6 from the gauntlets and 1 from medallion. And yes, creeping with the skeletons is quite alright, ladies and gentlemen. Tier 3. Tier 3 is coming. And by the way, we are probably missing Ancient of Wonders, the shop for Staff of Preservation or something like that. But let's see how Mr. Cas will develop. He needs an army. He's making towers. Towers are good versus ghouls, of course, but Undead will soon transition, I think, to Fiends, probably. Fiends Destroyer, we'll see about that. Actually, I see a lot of ghouls, so maybe that was a good choice. Dark Ranger got level 2 and Vampiric Aura from the Golem. And another expansion by Mr. Cas, a little bit of a bold move, so this Dark Ranger is just harassing, laming a little bit. Boots of Quel'Thalas, of course, they buff the Dark Ranger quite nicely. And yes, first Dryads are coming so far without upgrades. Some more Moonwells, quite a defensive placement of the Moonwells. Maybe they could be a little bit more in front, but I'm nitpicking here, so no strong feelings. And myself in this position, I would say to myself, I need army, because when Undead will reach tier 3 with Ghoul Frenzy, the Undead will push. And is it Ghoul Frenzy? Very fast, oh yes, because we can check the upgrade by clicking Ghoul Attack, and if its speed says very fast, it means that Ghoul Frenzy is online, of course, if you can't tell by just watching the Ghoul move. And ladies and gentlemen, the silence was actually good. So this counter Dark Ranger worked in this situation, and it looks like expansion is going down. But of course it will take some time. I think detonating Wisp would be a good idea here. Mr. Cas is actually saying, I don't want to fight that. Okay, the detonation went through. I don't want to fight it. I'm not ready. I'm making another expansion. I need to produce some Dryads. Silence on Wisps. Okay, so actually you can silence Wisp. That's interesting. So it's similar with like Soulburn. That's interesting. Okay, the Shredder is working, tier 3 is done, and what kind of benefit we can get from tier 3? Of course, if you have Ancient of Wonders, you can get Orb, you can get Anti-Magic Potion, right? You can get Bears. But for now it's Dryads. And Mr. Cas doesn't have that much gold anymore. Because he's mining from one base. Of course, expansion is here, but it's not operating just yet. And more ghouls are coming. Dark Ranger is coming, and is Cas greedy enough to pick +2 agility book? Yes, he is, and this Dark Ranger has a quite strong damage now. It's 32, 42 plus 14, and a lot of agility, so the DPS is quite high. And that was a kinda interesting hero choice by Mr. Cement, so nobody is even playing a hero from like the designated altar, so so just tavern heroes, so a tavern hero game, ladies and gentlemen. And this is going to be Mass Archer, Wellspring upgrade before +1. That's a weird game if I ever saw one. Okay. So it's going to be Mass Dryads. I would be scared to go Mass Dryads because, you know, if Undead is going Mass Fiends, then and one Abomination with This is Cloud, that is kinda hard, and Mr. Cas was forced into cancelling his expansion, but the good news that he's mining on 2 bases again. Supply, as we can see in the preview, is almost even. Hero levels quite similar. Of course, there is one additional hero for Mr. Undead, and the Abomination is coming, and this is Cloud is cute, so yes, this is kinda good measure versus Dryads, and they are trading, ladies and gentlemen. As we can see, Mr. Cement maybe miscalculated a little bit because he has like 1000 gold and 100 wood. This is not great, but he's microing nicely. Can Alchemist survive this very tanky? He has a lot of nice items. Alchemist goes down actually, ladies and gentlemen.
Our champion has
Okay, this is Cloud is online. Undead is doing well. Probably needs to remake some ghouls. Or maybe he has enough lumber. We'll see about that. And Mr. Cas, he's adding MGs. And MGs are quite tanky, and myself, when I play Undead versus MGs, I don't really know what to play. Of course, Mr. Cement, as a good player, he knows that it's better to target Dryads. They're quite fragile and die easily, and just to ignore the MG, but at some point you need to kill them. And this counter silence is amazing. It stopped the life drain again. And the Fire Lord is trying to escape. Supply favors Cement. Fire Lord is on the top with the Zeppelin. Okay, so Cement is pushing. Mr. Cas, what do you have working for you? There are Moonwells, that's great. Upgraded with Wellspring upgrade. There is a shop. We have an orb. Because of the orb, there will be no Dark Skeleton upgrade, right? There will be no Dark Arrow. So it's just the orb effect spreading. We have Mighty MGs in the front. We have Zeppelin, and this Destroyer is too much, and level 6, ladies and gentlemen! Mr. Cas stole the Abomination! Abomination is in front, and now Supply favors the Night Elf. What was that, ladies and gentlemen? Dark Ranger level 6, stealing the Abomination quickly, and even Cement has some nice bank. He has like little supply, now he's playing the Life Drain as well, because Dark Arrow doesn't work on Dryads. I mean, the bonus damage probably doesn't work too. I don't know, it requires some testing. The Naga is dead, 1 MG is dead, and the Fire Lord is dead. It wasn't a good fight for Mr. Cement. It looks like Mr. Cas is victorious. Even though Supply is even, the hero level difference was too big. Of course, if you give this game to Happy, maybe with the information we have, maybe Happy would be able to come back. But maybe Mr. Cement said, I don't want to deal with it. I don't know what to play versus MGs and Dark Ranger level 6, and I can't blame him. He lost everything this fight. So as we saw, ladies and gentlemen, TideHunters is the perfect map for creeping with this pulling trick, and Night Elf and Orc, those probably two the best races for it. Of course, with Human you can do it as well. With Undead is tricky and probably not worth it, because you need to pull with the Necropolis, and Necropolis is quite costly to cancel. So ladies and gentlemen, if I learn something new, interesting about the creeping trick, or the creeping trick will be present on the like top level, I will show you. But for now, I think this game was a perfect example why creative player like TideHunters. So shout out to Mr. Cas for playing. Next time might be by the Shredder earlier. Thank you guys for watching and see you later. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm trying to grow as a caster, as a journalist, as a YouTuber, influencer, so please, a quick reminder to subscribe on YouTube. Also, as you can see in YouTube video description, you have links to, first of all, my social media. I stream daily, almost daily on Twitch. From time to time, I post some Warcraft related trivia, you know, interesting stuff on Twitter/X. I will try to add some pictures, maybe from Raraland, to my Instagram, or even some content to TikTok. And if you like what I do and you want to support me even more, I just created my Patreon with different tiers, and one of them is actually that I will send you the Makrura card, so check it out. Also, just general donations on PayPal are very welcome, and you can send me an email. And last but not least, look, this is a picture with me on Focus at Raraland. So if you love what I do, check the video description, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.